We're on.
Oh,
We're here.
You're supposed to tell me before you hit that button.
No, I do it by surprise. Hello and welcome,
surprise
everyone.
Yourself even.
Are we on? Are we in?
I think we are.
Are people are still wondering whether I've actually pushed the right buttons?
Yeah.
I can't confirm. If
I'm
anybody...
not sure last week whether anyone actually saw us at all.
No, that's right. Welcome in, Tony Gray.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. For those wondering, no, I haven't been wearing this shirt all week. I wore it last Friday.
It's your show shirt.
Yeah,
show shirt?
I only wear it on Fridays.
Only wear it on Fridays.
Yeah.
And it only gets washed once a year, whether it needs it or not.
Yep. Yeah, and I only wear pants on Fridays too.
Really?
Yeah,
that's disappointing.
No, I'm on public transport. There's only so much you can do. No, actually, I'm not today.
You drove
I drove the deck van in today.
The deck van came in for a run.
Yeah.
And didn't fall over?
No.
Didn't fall over.
The traffic is very deck van friendly on the mornings because it rarely goes above 60 k's. So.
Well, it should be awesome on the way home even. Just go up the footpath.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, for those who didn't know, Tony Gray does in fact have a little car, K car.
Yeah,
660 cc's,
1.4 meters wide, so it's
little.
Yeah.
There you go. Welcome everybody. This is episode 208. How are we? What have we got on today?
Oh,
I'm going to say a big hello to Craig Jones, Anthony, Dave White, Tony P. Tony P's in the studio. Yeah. Retro Rob
Casser.
Yeah, that's right. Did you see his cabinet?
I saw his cabinet.
Hey?
I have severe cabinet envy. Yeah, because it's, not just the cabinet, it's the content.
The content of the cabinet. Good job there.
Rob, that's a fine thing, and I don't blame you for sharing it on the Bash group.
It's pretty epic, huh?
That was...
If you want to check it out...
the Vintage Bash Facebook group.
Yeah.
You can see it on there. Rob's put all the pictures up there. And
his pride.
Yeah.
Proud collection.
And wisely has not put his address, because they were very desirable cars.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No,
you're going to pop over for pancakes or something.
No, possibly.
Yeah. So welcome everybody, and we do have.
We have a car of the week. Oh,
and last week we had special visitors in from Japan.
The little baby 1/6 of 1/10.
No, in from Japan. No, we had Nick and BJ.
I thought you were talking about cars of the week.
So that was really cool. No, and this week we're going to have John Puce and the Hearns Hobbies Yokomo Australia team competing at the New South Wales
State Titles
1/10 on road, and they are debuting the all new Yokomo MS 1.0,
which you saw here last week,
and they were all gone by Monday. So if you didn't secure one in the 3 months that I was rattling on about it,
that's your own fault.
You did miss out the first shipment. First shipment has gone. The second order is in. Let's hope that they've got something in the factory that they can supply us in the next fortnight. Car of the week, Tony G. What have we got?
Can we pull this back just a little bit?
What do you think it is?
I know what it is.
It's beautiful. That's what I think it is. I think it's beautiful.
It's beyond beautiful. I'm being very careful with this because it's a really expensive model.
How expensive?
No,
it's expensive. It's bespoke.
Yeah.
It's bespoke. I don't see the limited edition on it, but it could be one of 5 in the world, could be one of 20 in the world. I don't know.
I think I read it was either this one, because we've got 3 in from this manufacturer.
Yep.
And one of the ones I said was one of 161.
Yeah.
It might have been this one. These are resin kits, so the quality is just out of this world.
Do you believe that they even got like a carbon fiber? We'll have a closer look after.
Yeah.
Usually I let BJ handle it because A, he's got beautiful hands.
He has.
And B, he's got a dexterity with these things that I don't possess.
I've made up a video file just of BJ's hands.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, and I've got it on the OnlyFans site.
Only Hands.
BJ'shands.com.
BJ's Only Hands page. Welcome, everybody. Oh, we've got Jeffy Biggs in the studio as well.
Oh.
Look, already we have got Anthony coming in with Bugatti. And that would be correct. It is, in fact, a Bugatti. W16, yes.
Yes.
That was probably a giveaway because you put it right in focus, but that's okay. Yeah. It is a W16. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's W16.
There we go.
4 bazillion kilowatts, I think 800, 900 or something. I'm not sure. I read it before. just before we came on here.
Fantastic. Oh, we got Thunder Turbo 88 in there.
Oh,
Hey, sniffing around the studio. Hey, you're going to be disappointed today, Thunder Turbine, because we've got little to no content of trains.
No, there's no little. There's just no.
It's not.
There's just nothing.
It's not that we don't want trains or we don't like
Just
trains.
that you and I are not
train savvy.
Yeah, apart from coming in here and today we didn't even do that.
No.
So I don't know anything about trains at all, about old ones, and I don't.
And I dare say though, when BJ returns next week's show, we will have some train content.
Yeah,
because he will have all sorts of news from the Shizuoka, and he would have been on all these speed trains, and he'll be all trained up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we can easily talk about trains, but we don't need to do that to look like fools.
No, we don't. We definitely don't. Nids is in the studio.
Mr. Baxter.
That's right. W16 8-litre 4-turbo, 1,850 horsepower, 2020.
The specs are right, but you haven't told us what the car is.
No, it's a Bugatti Watt.
Yeah.
And what colour is it? It must be a corporate colour of some sort.
Oh, well, blue is the Bugatti colour.
That dates back to old F1s, right? The Frenchies.
No, that dates back to the original Bugattis.
That's right, the Frenchies.
Yeah, and the blue was the colour.
Because they didn't really have numbers so much, did they? They had greens for the English.
Obviously
silver,
red for the
Italians,
blue for the French,
and silver for the Germans.
Yes.
I dare say.
I would think you'd be correct.
I do love silver arrows.
So that's
on partial.
Blue and black.
Blue and black. Black and blue.
I just keep staring at this, which is probably not good. I should be looking at the camera, but this thing, the curves on the thing is just, oh,
geez.
You're
getting a bit much.
Well, I keep thinking
you have to be careful at your age.
Back to my previous job at Ford, and
a vehicle designing,
doing surfacing on something like this, getting that right would be a nightmare. Oh my God, is it nice?
Well, I think we've waffled on enough. And I think
we've got potential.
I think we better had. Oh, I could do with a waffle.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll have to do for waffles after this.
Do walkers do what? I don't think so.
No. We've got a walkers announcement today.
We have.
We should probably let them know that we're gonna.
We haven't actually talked to walkers about this.
No,
it doesn't matter.
That's all right.
We don't need them on their behalf. We don't need them on board yet.
No,
because we haven't actually done it.
And you're actually going to teach us something. You're going to show us something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to earn my keep today.
You're going to show us exactly what it takes to be #1 airbrusher. Well, the very basics.
No, I'm going to start off with some
zero.
I'm going to assume that the people watching know nothing, which with the case a lot of the people I can see on that list, they do.
Myself included.
Yourself included. I'm just going to do some airbrushing basics, very, very basics.
That is worth sticking around for.
Yeah. Explain a few things, try and demystify it a bit, and then reveal how that's going to nicely segue into the Walker's Donuts thing.
Fantastic. We better had moved this when you get the airbrush
we're moving that.
I'm sure the person that buys this bespoke model doesn't want Tony Grey overspray all over it.
Oh, well, I've got some blue, so it can't be too far off.
And black.
I've got blue and black. I had no idea we were going to do.
Maybe you can touch it up.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first thing you touched up today.
No. And the day is still young.
Right. So what came in this week? Welcome, everybody. I have got some goodies in this week.
Oh,
I'm going straight for some RC stuff, which you might or might not be surprised by. Actually, we've just had John Puce walk in the studio.
Have we?
Yep.
I can see it. I can see Johnny just there now.
Let's see if we can't get Johnny on board. A live cross from the stage. Yes. How are you, John? I don't know if you can hear us.
I'm awesome, thanks, guys. Sorry, it's a little bit noisy over here, but good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. I've got Tony Gray in the studio with me today. So tell us where you're at.
So right now we're at the New South Wales State Titles at Moorebank,
Yes.
John Grant International Raceway. It's where they had the 8th scale of the 1/8 GT Worlds recently. So awesome facility here. I'll do a bit of a walk around while we're chatting.
Yes, please do.
It's a big track for 1/10, John.
Sorry, a little bit loud here, but just going to walk around to trackside.
Yep.
I'll walk backwards here.
Yep. You're looking good. That blue suits you, mate.
Sorry, what was that?
I said that blue suits you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, LRP blue is better.
Oh, not product placement.
Looks like you've
As
got
you
some
can see,
beautiful
awesome
weather out there,
facilities here.
JP.
Got scrutineering happening here.
Yep.
Great job from the Moorebank crew here. Volunteer scrutineers. Got a couple of helpers from Queensland as well. So the states, in between the states, are helping each other out, which is great news.
Yep.
And just walking over to the most important part of the club is where the food is, of course. Don't worry about the toy cars. We want to see the food.
Oh, yeah.
Of course we do.
That's where all the food and all the sugar drinks are.
Do they sell
And
nuggets?
thanks to these guys and Joe, the club president, for putting on great, not just this event, but great events all around. You know, with the, as I said, the 1.8 GT World recently was awesome. And yeah, we got probably about 100, 110 people today for the touring car state titles. So it's awesome.
Fantastic.
And I saw you were about to put some goods on the table there, Brett.
I was, mate, but I didn't want to keep you hanging because I know that it is practice day today, so you don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah, but let's just have a quick look at Simon Nicholson himself, and he's running here.
Oh, look at that.
LRP Electronics, Gen's Ace battery, putting some fresh stickers on there. Some new stickers
Probably
from
big
J-Spec.
stickers on, I'd say, being the top bloke he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. We've lost John.
Lost you.
There
Okay,
he
you're
is.
back.
Yep,
You're
we're
back. And of course, my own personal electronics.
Beautiful. Now, less on the electronics. Tell us about the cars. Tell us about the
Mate,
rigs.
the MS1, what can I say? Out of the box was an absolute beast. So great job from Yokomo there. Really, really, really happy with the car. It's very rare, actually, you know, with any touring car that's something you build as per the manual, as per the kit setup. Is actually, you know, right at the pointy end. I've tested quite a few things: springs, sway bars, chassis flex, etc. Besides moving a couple of screws around, I've gone back to kit setup. So it's absolutely awesome.
That is fantastic news, especially for Australian conditions, because usually they're quite different from what they've actually designed the cars for.
Yeah. So it's got a wide setup window, which is awesome.
Fantastic.
So
really
with the MS1 here, thanks so much for Hearns actually pushing that out for us pretty much the day that they landed. We got Simon running the MS1, myself running the MS1, Stephen Cornell running the MS1, Christian over there running the MS1.
Yeah.
Christian, stock national champion. We've got Beth here running the MS1 together with Jake.
Yep.
Sorry, there's Beth right there.
So they've all bought their BD12s and just haven't taken them out of the car.
Yeah, exactly. The car's been great. So in all classes from mod to 13.5 to 21.5. I think everyone's close to the top of the timesheets, if not up the top. And yeah, so just I guess toddling along, figuring out a few little things on the car, and pretty much going back to kit setup. It seems to be the fastest at the moment, and yeah, it's awesome. Really, really good.
Well, that is fantastic, mate. That is awesome. Really, really cool. Well, we won't hold you up. Thank you for taking some time out of your day. Please feel free to share any photos and stuff with us that we can post up on your behalf, and let us know how to take those. And go Hearns Racing and Team Yokomo Australia.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go chase some silverware. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thanks,
Good luck. Guys. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's good news. Straight out of the box.
Straight out of the box. How good is that? When you take, it's very rarely that you can take a race car out of the box and it just works, especially with Australian conditions, because they're very different from usually what they're designed from.
That's a big track too, Moorebank. That back straight is
massive, isn't it?
That's just huge.
Big works. Yeah, a bit like, I mean, it's even bigger than Lilydale, the back straight, because it was designed in that 8 scale era.
And on a 10 scale car, if you're gearing for that back straight, you're going to...
In the modified cars, I think it's about 125, I want to say. They're like fully wound up, going really good. Yeah. You hit things hard.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Hit things very hard.
No, I usually don't get all the way down the straight. Usually wanders a bit.
Well, the biggest drama with those 8-scale nitro tracks is, and it sounds silly, that they got grass infield. And the grass infield actually catches a 10th scale car and throws it. Yeah, doesn't it?
8-scale cars just go over it.
Yeah, the 8-scale cars are a bit of a break and stuff for them. But the 10th scale cars, the 12th scale pan cars even more so. Yeah. Really, the grass infield's quite unforgiving.
Needs to be mown, Bruce.
That's right. That's good. Good. Thank you, John, for coming in and saying g'day. Hey, we've got another special guest.
What can I see?
We've got another special guest. He said he wasn't coming in.
Yeah. Well,
should we go see the special guest?
Is that just the webcam that you've normally got on him?
Yeah. Well, don't tell him. Don't tell him. We're getting him in.
Hello. How are you? Hi.
I'm going fantastic, mate. How are you today?
Not bad. Just been busy. Just managed to sneak a little bit of time to come. Yeah, just managed to sneak a couple of minutes to be able to chat to you guys today.
Oh, thanks for taking the time.
I had to show off my new shirt.
Mate, that is an excellent shirt. I recommend that. Should have got it in orange, but hey, that's pretty good. You're one.
I can't outshine you. I can't outshine you, Tony. Like I can't be brighter than you.
Oh, you know. Gee, thanks, mate. I really do appreciate that. You're deferring to me.
We're a good-looking bunch of humans, without a doubt. Yeah, the finest T-shirt money can buy. But tell us more, Suze, why you are on the show.
Oh, it's just been a little bit of work recently, just finishing off yet another body. Haven't done one sort of for a while, so new drift body. Yep. This is a drift car, yeah. So this is actually a front motor rear drive car, which you don't see a huge amount of in terms of competition stuff. These are more for fun and entertainment.
Did you say front motor rear drive?
Front motor. So the motor is right there between the front axles.
No,
that's weird.
And drive shaft to the rear. So this was actually a sort of a concept that we started quite a few years ago. It was based from some friends of mine in Queensland. And the whole idea was to run replica styled cars to like a real 8.6 and sort of old school drifting. So low power cars, front motor, rear drive. So slow, but really entertaining. You don't need huge amounts of power to kick it sideways and drift with everyone else. So we've sort of made a little bit of a comeback with that at the moment.
Fantastic.
So this is it's a new body. It's a replica from Initial D. No, it's not the tofu box like you were suggesting.
That's the only car I know, mate. I only know the Tofu Express.
So this one here is Shinji Inui's 8.6, which is actually the car that the protagonist of the entire Initial D series, Takumi, comes up as his final battle, essentially. But the great thing about drifting, as I think I've explained previously, is it's all about scale realism.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if you can see some of the details, but things like in these shells you can get, so we've even done like scale. So what happens, I spoke to a friend of mine in Japan. He actually makes a lot of scale accessories for these by hand. So really? he doesn't even like get them 3D print. He does these by hand. So he's made all the negatives for the molds by hand. So he does things like the window washer nozzles, the door handles, even the key lock that goes there. That's all separate. You can see the boot, the little key lock for the boot. And then even the mirrors are all separate. And they're handmade to match it. They've done some things like added to 3D printed wipers myself.
There was an ex-auto designer that had a 3D printer.
I don't know of anyone like that.
Yeah, funny. I think I may have seen something like that recently. I don't know where.
That's cool.
No.
So even things like, the exhaust, tow hooks, and doing like 3D printed stickers for all the lights and things like that, which is quite cool.
So is that body fully lit?
Just the headlights at the moment. We haven't bothered with the rest of it currently, because it's only been like the last couple of days. So one of the things we're doing is the pop-up headlights. I'm just playing with the servo at the moment to get them to sit nicely, but they actually work by a servo motion to go up and down. Fun bit is when they turn on and off.
If only you had like a 6-channel radio or 7-channel radio or 10-channel radio that was capable.
Well, funny you mentioned that. Here's one I prepared earlier.
Surian was one of the very few lucky people who secured himself a 10PX LE and then went and defaced it and wrapped it in stickers.
Yeah.
Basically.
You take that back. You take that back.
Some funny geometry wheel on it. Is that an alloy grip?
It is. I couldn't help
that'd
myself.
be cold and harsh on my delicate hands.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. The drift guys are weird, aren't they? They love this stuff.
You
Yeah.
like a bit of rubberware in your hand.
That's right.
Well, you know, the advantage is I've got the foam wheel if I ever want to go back to it, so I've got the extra bit of grip. So
No, that is cool.
entertaining.
That got a wheel extension as well?
Oh, it's got everything on it.
So that's got the drop down with the angle adjuster as well, just
Okay.
so it's
That all comes
maximum
in the box,
comfort.
DFT.
Does it?
Yeah.
That does.
Oh,
All
I'm
of
not
that
allowed
comes
to
in the
look at
box.
things like that.
You borrowed my 10PX one day. I
I
sold
know.
it since. I sold it to buy one of those and then didn't get a chance.
No, because
so now I have
someone
nothing.
else bought them. Yeah.
Well,
No, that's
maybe
really
you
cool.
should. I believe you should make a phone call about that. There may be one available. I don't know.
LA?
Maybe.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's not
There
a
we
veiled
go.
hint. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. You just
No.
told everybody else. Everybody else is going to beat me while we're on the show.
Yeah, there'll be people phoning you instantly.
No, that is fantastic. So when you go drifting, Suze?
Tomorrow.
Oh, are you going to debut that car?
It's sort of a
Well-
re-debut. It hasn't run for a few years, so I've got to make a few quick changes tonight if I can. But yeah, it should
Yep.
be running tomorrow.
Now, while we've got a man that actually knows something, your little buggies
They're
Yes.
over here somewhere.
over there.
Yeah.
Your-
Are
Don't trip over. Got to be wary of the oldies.
Shut up.
The little buggies. Tell me about when did you get them? Did you get them all at once, or did you collect them over many years?
I picked up the 5 pretty. I think in the space of about a month, I hunted them all down.
Yep.
I remember I got shown them by a friend of mine, mid 2010s, I think it was. And he
Yep.
mentioned to me, I saw them like, oh, that's really cool. I'd love to see them. Back then, they weren't the exorbitant prices that they are now, so I managed to pick them up at a decent price. And like I said, I've had them for quite a few years now, and they're quite a cool little bit of just a little bit of memorabilia. Yeah, just you bring them out, all of a sudden everybody's face changes because it's like, what the? So it's just a cool little piece to have on the shelf.
I reckon Panda would have had a little army of these.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Having seen one of Will's storage places, I would not be surprised if there is a box of them sitting somewhere.
I've
But
had a
he's,
couple of people come in the shop who've asked me to bring them out so they can look at them after seeing them on the live last week. So
Yeah.
They're very, very unique, and I'm glad BJ took one with him to Japan just to give it a little tour around the world. So it's a bit of fun,
did.
and
it's sort of like it went home.
It's just
It went home.
traveling back to the homeland, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That is fantastic, mate. Well, it'll
fun.
come back next week, so we'll probably put them all in the mail and send them back to you next week.
Beautiful.
Before I break them all on you.
Well, we'll wait till BJ gets back with the Hornet.
Yeah,
I'm going to have
absolutely.
to completely sanitize the frog, I believe. But
Oh, yeah.
I would. I've licked it a few times. Well, thank
No
you for
worries,
joining
guys.
us, Surian, and taking time out of your day. I know that you are working and you are trying to eat lunch and everything, but you get to it. Thank you for the time. And yeah, again, feel free to share us some clips and some pictures from your drifting bonanza.
Bonanza.
Oh, should be fun tomorrow, so we'll try and get some footage for you.
That'll be good.
Fantastic. Thanks, Suze.
Thanks, Oz.
Take
All right,
care,
guys,
mate.
Take care.
See ya.
Good to see you. Bye.
Oh,
Look at me pushing buttons.
look, and it's working.
Somewhat.
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly surprised.
No, we had 2 guests in. 2 people have wanted to talk to us.
Yeah. Sure, everyone's logged off, but
That's right. Yeah,
doesn't-
so that is Surian.
all
If you guys would have seen him in the comments all the time. If you don't know, he's our lead. He does everything RC, but particularly drift. Drift is his baby, and he loves it. And he's one of the pioneers in Australia for drift. So he runs a Yokomo MD 2.0 as well. He's got an MD1, out in Perth, they've got this beautiful little facility, and he spends a lot of time there.
Yep.
It's really good because they do it indoors and they sit down and do it.
oh,
I couldn't imagine driving an RC car sitting down.
down.
I think I'd fall off the chair.
Yeah,
I'm not somebody who dances around the
yeah,
driving stand,
but
but
we'd still be doing this.
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, without further ado, what comments have we got? We got
It's just
Airborne Blue. I hope you know
I
what
don't know.
colour it is.
I've no idea. It's blue.
Could be Airborne Blue.
Well,
Tempted
I'm
to do a cartoon RC inspired by TFG for Bash 3. Ooh.
I've never inspired anything apart
Really?
from depression, malaise. So that could be that
That's
could be
right.
interesting, Nid.
That's right. That's right. Big Boss Man's he's commenting on Syrian stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well, the car is a Bugatti Bolide,
Bleed.
and it's a hypercar track only. So you can buy one off Bugatti, but it costs a lot of money, and you can only use it at the track, and there's very limited.
Or get fined.
Yeah. Although no one could catch you.
What's the $300 fine? I guarantee that nobody's going to tow it.
No.
There's no tow truck driver prepared to
tow
hitch that on.
Yeah. I don't know how they'd get it on anyway.
That's right.
That just wouldn't happen. But
I think we should move this out the way.
we're going to take this out of the way because I've got other
right
things
out the
to
way.
do. What I do like is that's a stitched leather base. It's just so nice.
Leather and like faux carbon sort of
Forks carbon.
forks. But look at that.
Yeah.
Embossed.
Ettore
proper
Bugatti.
badger.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Oh,
getting
yeah.
this out of here. Where's the
Yeah,
lid for it? That's
It's
nowhere.
over there.
All right. That's
I
well
put it,
away.
as far away as possible. 'cause
Okay.
We don't want to damage that. That's very, very dangerous.
I'm going to put this one out the way.
Oh.
Now, this is for you to
Am I on now?
take over.
Oh, dear.
Segment a la Tony Gray.
I'll go and get something then. 'Cause we'll need
now he's left the show.
No, I'm going over to Walker's Donuts.
Okay.
I've got no time for this.
What have you got there?
Just a bit of
Cardboard?
illustration board.
What's illustration board?
Well, actually, it's not a foam board. Illustration board's too expensive for something like this.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll just leave that there for the moment.
So I'm just having a look on the overhead. Looks like you've done a little bit of test here.
Yeah,
Can I call it that?
That's just that's a part 2 of the thing. What we're going to do? Talk about these
Airbrushes.
airbrushes.
And I see you've got yourself the 9 Steps Premium model there,
I thought it appropriate that
Which
I
is,
use
which is a point
a
2.
company product. This is the first time I've actually used one yesterday, testing it to make sure that it works.
And when you were in the other week, it was in a bit of a sad state, and it was because it was left by a certain colleague,
Well, no, in fact,
pretty much with paint in the bowl.
no, that would.
And it looks very much like cookie green in there. I don't know who was using it.
Well, it'd be unfair to blame Mr. Louis entirely because the only reason it wouldn't work was this
bad.
here was screwed right down.
What is that? Here we go.
That's just the rear stop, so you can restrict how far it pulls back. Sometimes you might
On
want
the
to make
needle.
sure. Yeah. So I always have it way out. I rely on myself to do that. But
I've got no control.
none
I
whatsoever.
need throttle stop all the time.
Absolutely. You need a rev limiter. That's what you need. BJ's set up. This is the one that we've got in the studio here.
This is our little Hearns test unit. I'm going
Which-
to get this one up here.
I was going to say, you should bring it up just
This
for a
is our
minute.
little Hang Seng unit. These are super popular. This is a 1/5 of a horsepower with a tank. I forget.
Yeah.
I want to say 2-litre tank. I could be wrong. But this
I
is
think
a
it's more than
really
2.
popular unit. We sell hundreds of these and for very good reason. Comes with a regulator and water trap as well.
Yep.
Switches on, switches off all by itself.
And
Good little tank. And it's also got a water trap adjustment in the bottom as well.
and these are very affordable.
Very affordable.
Um,
I'm going
I've-
to put this down. And it's ridiculously quiet. The reason I've got it down there is to give a small bench space and so you can reach the regulator.
and indeed, I can. I used that for the first time this morning, and it's as quiet as my $1 billion
Expensive one.
Iwata one.
Now, to complement your 9 Steps airbrush, you've also got a 9 Steps cleaning pot.
Cleaning pot.
And I love these. So what I do with these, we haven't done it yet, but I usually put some wet paper towel in here.
Yeah.
And then you just throw that out at the end.
Yeah.
Because once you start getting thinners and stuff in there, it stinks up your whole little thing, your whole little area. So
I
that is
actually
really
don't use
good
these at home.
for doing.
No.
You should.
I should. Well, that is
Because
my one, but I
it's-
don't use.
It's a really good little stand.
I've got a tin can with the top cut off with a whole heap of rag in there, and I just into that.
Well, here you go. I know what to
But-
get you for Christmas.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah?
that's mine anyway. It's my one from home. I
Is
just
it?
I never used it. Yeah. That's why it's covered in dust, because it's been in my
well, we've got like 50
my paint
here.
area, but I didn't know that. So there. That
That
will get used, because I'm going to change colours at some stage during the demo. Now this 9 steps double.
We'll go on to the overhead if you want to have a little chat about it.
There we go. That's better. I'm just going to leave that there for the moment. This is a double action airbrush. Double action airbrushes are where it's at.
That's nearly in our safety box. We nearly can't say double action.
Yeah, well,
there's a few things we can't say.
And that's very, very close.
That's close to one of them.
Now,
all right.
I've been airbrushing since late 70s. So it's a fair while. Back in the days when it was cool to have a panel van with artwork all down the side of it, stuff like that. I used to do a lot of that.
Did you?
Yeah.
For people?
On full-size cars, yeah.
Really?
I did indeed.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know. See, that's why I'm just revealing that. That's just by way of saying that's how long I've been doing this. And I've done proper illustration with airbrushes and stuff, although nowadays it's all computer, but I still prefer to do things manually. So I've been doing it a long, long time. But when I started RC in 85, 86, I realized,
we're back on here now.
So we can, thought I can airbrush on these. Although at the time, there was no airbrush paint available.
Yes.
I used to get the Tamiya little pots, and I'd thin that down and use that. I can't remember how I thinned it, but
that's when you could get it in little paint pots.
Yeah.
I've heard of some people, even in their airbrush, decanting spray paints.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
It seems pretty wasteful.
Yeah, but
you don't get many pigments.
There was no Tamiya spray paint then.
Oh, really?
When I started. Nope.
Crikey.
But Tamiya and Kyosho had the little paint pots.
Yeah.
And that's what you'd use, and you'd brush it on. Although in my case, I airbrushed it on. And then a couple of years in, Pactra released their solvent-based
fast color.
ones. No, long before fast. This was a solvent-based one.
Solvent-based one.
Yeah, very. So it's it was horrible, stinky stuff. But to me, it was just like the automotive paints that I'd been using for years,
decades and decades.
So right. I was doing that. So anyway, back to double action airbrushes. Single action airbrush, which is the cheapest one, and you can buy them for like $15. Your models, they're essentially the same as a spray can, except smaller, because you push it down and you can't control anything, because the air comes out, the paint comes out, that's it.
Yep.
You've got no real control over it, apart from you can zoom in and out.
Yep.
To some extent, but really there's not a whole lot of point. If you want to airbrush, you need at a minimum a double action airbrush, and these things are so cheap. They're like $100 or something.
Yeah, the 9 steps one, I think the premium one is $99, and the essential one, the 0.3 one, I think is $79.
Yeah,
but anyway, they're very affordable.
It's very, very affordable,
and they're not cheap rubbish.
Yeah,
they're good value. They're not cheap rubbish. Actually, really good quality.
Yeah,
and that's all I ever use.
It's quite good. I was extremely happy with it last night. Well, I was yesterday testing this stuff to see what it was. Now, double action. You push down, that controls the air. So there's air coming out at the moment. And then you pull back. The pull back is what controls the paint flow.
Yes.
If you can, might just be able to see here, the needle is moving back as I pull back.
Yep.
And if this point here, no paint's coming out. As I pull back, paint is going to come out.
Yeah. So you always go full air, and then you just control with the paint.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. It becomes second nature after a while. I'm going to suggest that I put some paint in.
Let's put some paint in and see what you can do.
Yeah.
What color are you going to go with?
I'm going to put some blue in.
You're going to put some blue in.
And we'll move on to what we've got here on the...
Are you going to finish this? Are you going to...
I'm just going to use that to indicate how you shadow.
Really?
Yeah. I actually did some preparation yesterday, much to my surprise.
And the good thing about airbrush is you only need a few drops of your paint.
I'm just going to
get
spray it in here the first time just to make sure it works. How about I turn the compressor on?
How quiet is it?
That's nice.
I did get you some test paper if you wanted to.
I've got some test paper here. Here we go.
And if you saw the state of this airbrush,
Oh, stop bagging poor old BJ.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
I'm a little bit fussy with my airbrush.
yeah. Well, as am I normally.
Unhinged.
Okay, now I rarely put the cap on, but in this instance, because I'm
Working at an acute angle.
I'm going to put it on. Because, and
How
I'm
many
going to
times-
advise everyone to always put the cap on, because the amount of times I've been doing it at a bit of an angle and something drops out of there, and it's
Especially in RC body, because you're like, oh,
yeah, and
you're trying to
particularly
handle
if it's a big one, like the Biddy 7 scale ones, I actually had an accident like that on the one that I did for
really?
the velodrome.
That's how the camo come about.
Yeah. Now this is just, I'm just holding this. I'm not pulling the paint nozzle all the way back.
Yeah.
And it's just and this time,
You're hosing it out like a chimp.
yeah.
That's my setting.
Now in
That
this
one there.
instance, I'm keeping a consistent distance away from the subject.
Yes.
So it doesn't, but if I do this,
Go closer and further.
then I pull further out, then come back in again. You can see how you can use the distance from the spraying subject to alter the fan distance. You can also adjust the airbrush itself to do that. This is, I think, a 0.2 nozzle.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty small. I usually use a 0.3, and I don't change it at any stage.
Yep.
And this is when you're starting off in airbrushing, learning to coordinate the paint flow and the airflow is the hardest thing. And so you need to.
And the speed. And particularly when you're doing RC bodies, because the RC bodies being Lexan, they're not very forgiving as far as they will run or spider web in a heartbeat.
See, I've got a few splotches and stuff. That's because of the stuff that I'm using here that I'm not used to. I don't normally use this sort of paint. This is not RC paint.
This is just a water-based acrylic. Well, since we've had the industrial extraction system fitted, we probably could do some proper paints one day.
Yeah.
Or not. Look at you showing off with all this control.
I could.
Oh,
I wrote your name.
You should decorate cakes.
That was pretty crap. But I'm getting a bit of tip dry here, but I can't do anything about that.
Well, that's common with acrylic paints, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing I can do. That doesn't usually happen with the RC paints that I use. There's a lot of different sorts of RC paints. Obviously, fast color. There's solvent-based ones. SMS, and that's what I use.
They're particularly your favourite. I hate them because I do my airbrushing inside, and that would stink out your house in a heartbeat.
Yeah, when you get your first airbrush, you need to do a lot of stuff like this. Just practice going along, trying to keep a consistent line. That's how you learn to control it. You're down on the air, pull back on the paint, off with the air. It's like on a full-size car. When you're spraying a full-size car, you go long off. And I've painted full-size cars as well, so that's what it's all about.
Yep.
This is relatively simple to do.
Now, are you going to do some art stuff? Are you going to put some blue on here, or are you going?
Actually, I was going to change the black, but I'm not going. I'll just use the blue to do the same thing. I painted this yesterday. This is really, really quick, but it doesn't matter. But it's just to explain. People go, oh, because the thing that really looks good on an RC shell.
You did a really good job painting that freehand.
Strangely enough, it was the opposite. I just used the opposite stencil to this. Funny that. What looks good on an RC shell is when people have got the shadows, and that gives depth to what you're doing.
And texture.
If I just fill that in with paint, there's nothing good. There's no
movement or 3D.
Yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as cool. So let's assume that this is the center line of the car. This is the left-hand side in this instance. Now, we're not doing back to front like we normally would do, but it doesn't matter. The principles still apply. When you're doing something like this, you need to decide what direction is the light coming from? Because that's what delineates where the shadow is going to fall. And in this instance, I would say the light is coming from this direction, so the shadow is going to be on this side. And now,
this is all very technical.
I know.
It's not that I'm lost. I'm in awe that you've.
You can actually use something like this and hold it up and shine a light, and it will show you where the shadow should go.
It does. That's a good little trick.
Yeah, that's not what I only just thought of that before.
Did you see that? So that there, so casting it, lifting it up.
Because we've got multiple lights here.
That will show you there exactly where the shadow lies. There's a good little trick.
I know.
That's a little takeaway. That's a Tony takeaway.
Yeah, and that one's free. Well, actually, no, Hearns are paying for it, so that's all right. Now, I've just made this up. Normally, you wouldn't have this here because you'd probably shadows like this are quite often done first.
Are they?
Because they're black. So now, I'm just going to go. The temptation here
to go heavy
is to go really heavy. And you don't want that. We've got that there, and
you've not seen my paintwork clearly. Well, clearly you have.
No, I have. Now, sometimes I show off and I'll just run to a point there. But do it light. You could always add more. Now, that's just a little bit, but look at the difference that's made.
Holy heck.
Straight away.
Look at that. And you've done this little bit down. It doesn't, not even touching.
Yeah, that's a bit shit.
No, I thought that was good.
No. So I can just.
And just fill it in a little bit.
I'll just go back usually and freehand a bit more. That is one of the simplest techniques around, but it makes such a difference to your artwork.
Yep.
By doing that. But the most important thing is don't be tempted to go heavy. You just want to go nice and light.
Because if you made it solid all the way around here, you would just lose that. It just look like another color.
It looks like a really strong, it just doesn't work.
Yep.
You just want it nice and soft. Now, it's going to take you a while to get the hang of this. It's not easy at first. For me, it's just second nature now. I've been doing it for so long.
Yep.
But that's...
So are we calling that tutorial number one?
We're calling that tutorial number one.
Yep.
And that will now lead into that body that's over there.
I think there's one here.
Oh, here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one we prepared earlier and completely filled with stuff that was inappropriate. So I'll get this one out of the way.
We'll get this out
That
of
is
the way.
awesome. Thank you for teaching us that, Tony. That was a great little tutorial.
And I wrote your name.
You wrote, well, that's even better.
Yeah.
I like it when you write my name.
Yeah, I know.
I feel very loved. Biddy Design did we get this on last week's show? We did, briefly.
Did we?
Maybe not.
I don't think we did.
This was Biddy Design's brand new 1/10 scale on-road GT body. This is the P-GT3R. Now, it might resemble some famous sports coupes that you know, but probably
a
doesn't.
911 GT3?
I'm not sure. What do you think the P stands for? Precise replica.
Is it the same as the P in John Puce?
It could be.
Unlikely. Sorry, Pusey.
So Biddy Design have in fact given, and this is bespoke. I really love this. If Biddy Design do something well, it is their GT series bodies.
Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. It's not easy to get a 911 to look right. I think Montec did one that was awful. And they've put these nice little, I really appreciate these strengthening ribs above the wheel arches because on touring cars they always to paint.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
If it's just a single colour through there, it's okay. But if you're
trying to do an effect,
but if you're like me, it has to be detailed.
And it's got beautiful bonnet ducting. I really like it. Single nostril, if you will, here. It's really, really nice.
And very good sticker sheet as well.
And it's really hard on the to get a clear body. But anyway, and a really nice sticky sheet that we've got here.
If you want to get a better look at it, we've got them on the website and obviously on our Facebook.
On Facebook. So, more importantly, what are you going to do to this one?
Well, I thought we need to paint one up. And what better scheme than one of our favourite places
on earth,
Walker's Donuts.
I think it's favourite to a lot of people.
I think it is,
isn't it?
I think it is. So I'm going to be doing a Walker's Donuts paint scheme on this, and that doesn't just mean painting it yellow. I'll be doing the Walker's logo and everything on it, which
and
is
the Walker's boy.
Yeah, the Walker's boy.
Walker's boy. If we can say that,
we can say that. I think I'll be.
Could you put a donut on there?
I could. I've done it before, and there's no reason why I can't do it. It'd probably be a cartoony donut, like the Simpson donuts are.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
That would be really cool. But with such heavily sculpting on the front, I really think you're going to struggle.
I can't do much there. There's just too much going on. I'm pretty sure we can have the Walker's Donuts on either side.
So we'll have the Walker's Donuts like up here, like a banner, and the boy.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do it not just on the roof or on the bonnet. You're going to have to do both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to do most of it in the studio, and we'll do a step-by-step
I'll
tutorial.
do step-by-step, but most of the actual spraying I'm going to have to do at home because...
But we'll do
what we can in here.
Yeah. And that'll start with the cutting and fitting. Now, this is going to get cut and fit to the Hearns Racing, the Hearns Hobbies Racing RS 1.0, the rookie speed. So that's the car that's currently wearing the silver Eptron.
Yep.
Tristan raced at the Masters 2023 in 21.5. 2 weeks later, we took it to the velodrome.
Yes.
And violated it. And it pulled up really well. And it's been visiting. The RS has been in Sydney with young Bethany Cullen, and she's been campaigning it in 21.5 and doing really, really well.
Yep.
But now she's got a new MS. She's not interested
she doesn't
in
care.
that. So she'll send it back to us, and probably you or I won't even get to. We'll probably drive it at some stage. In fact, you should take it to G-Town.
Yeah.
But young Tommy Huggins has put his hand up and said he would love to run that at Cirque and Baronia in GT class. And what a better company. So that is fantastic. So that is a new Biddy Design PGT3R. And we're going to be doing a bit of on-roading. Yep. Yeah.
I'll be showing how I do the masking stencils.
Masking stencils?
Because this is too difficult. I mean, I can use liquid mask and cut it myself, but why do that when I've got a machine that can cut them? And I'm going to show you exactly how I do that as well.
Yep.
We'll be doing all the little bits and pieces.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you. I'm really looking forward to that. So that was the painting tutorial, and that is explaining a little bit of what we're going to be working on. But that body is probably going to take about 8 to 10 weeks, I would say, in total.
It will take a little while.
Because there's going to be very processed. And I know how valuable your time is. Right, what comments have we got? What are you doing there? You're giving it a drink?
I'm actually going to clean the airbrush rather than leave it.
While you're over there flapping about, I want to bring that Bugatti back. All right, so we've got Rob Norman. He's saying good afternoon.
Ah, hello, Robbie.
He just came for your paint secrets.
Yeah.
And what a valuable lesson that was. Thunder Turbine is saying 9-pin Dakotas are extremely rare. At Hearns used to do 9. They were testing testing the waters to see which one would take off. That's right.
Okay.
Waiting for Brett to pay attention to the comments. I am definitely.
He was too busy listening to me.
That's right. I'm definitely paying attention to the comments. I just need some direction and help. Now, last week
I can still talk even though I'm doing this.
Last week I went for a visit, and I took my mate here, Bone Crusher, with me.
The Bone Crusher X-Max.
And I was going to, Jeff Biggity Biggs named that, Bone Crusher. We had a day out.
At the Hobbyman.
At the Hobbyman. Here's a little clip, guys.
Oh.
Enjoy.
I didn't know that. Didn't know we we're going to have video clips.
King of the road. Trailer for sailoring.
Getting his shoes fixed. Charging up the 9 steps. A little bit of a guide around the shop. Yeah, he had to drive around it. Look at him around. Yeah, stood up on his back wheel. Nobody was
in the making of this.
Well, nobody put a complaint in.
Trailer for sailoring. Ain't that nice?
He's tearing up the nature.
Trailer for sailoring.
Safety hazard and a risk.
Man of me, I know. King of the road. sailor rent. Trailer for sale.
Here we go. I got to push the right button. That was a little trip out to the Hobbyman. If you guys have not been out there, they have got more bashing and aeroplane stuff
than what we've got.
Than what we've got.
Yeah.
They specialize in that. And the guys there love
they've
it.
got room there.
Heaps of room. As you can see.
We don't have room here.
No, not yet. Not until we get the extension upstairs.
Ah, okay.
We put our application
into the ballroom.
We're going up to the ballroom.
The street. Maybe move the whole shop up to the ballroom.
Yep.
Then we wouldn't have these pesky customers coming in and annoying us.
I know. Let's do a drift track or something in the ballroom. How do you think that'd go down?
Well, it's probably got a polished wooden floor.
There we go.
Probably be good.
All right. What else have we got?
Isn't it time we had look.
Yep, go on. Can you get down there?
I can get down here. I'll start with
what's down there.
A bit of pink hotness,
isn't it? Now this is we'll go to Zoomtown on this. I don't want to take this one out of the packet.
No,
because I've actually put one aside for myself, and it's not this one. Dr. Defina's got that in the lab, spinning it up and seeing how it goes. This is a Yokomo
brushed motor,
and it's ball raced, and it's rebuildable. And this is to pay homage to the old motors that Yokomo used to produce. So they produced hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of motors for Reedy, most famously. Yes. All the Reedy badged motors were in fact Yokomo cans.
Yeah.
And the Esprit was in fact a modified motor, if I'm correct by the timing marks on it. A little bit before my time. This would have been early to mid 80s.
Yep.
But back then they were more famous for, I think, their stock motors, and the stock motors at the time.
The Yokomo stock motor was the basis for everything.
Yeah, it was the basis for everything. And this is pretty much the basis for this. But it is rebuildable, so it does have screws into the can. It doesn't have adjustable timing from my looking. It looks like it's indexed, so it's not full modified, and it is 27 by 1 by the spec. So that means 27 turns, 1 strand of wire, commonly referred to as stock.
That would go very nicely in a Super Dogfighter.
That would go very nicely in the Super Dogfighter. In fact, that's exactly where it's going to go, TFG. I did love having the brand new Orca gear in there, but it just lacked the character that I was looking for.
Yeah, this is nice.
I think this is more fitting. I did put a teaser up during the week that I was going to put it in the frog, but the poor little frog, would drop its guts the minute that the throttle was pulled. And it's not as much as it's going to come to a crunching end one day. I don't want it to be the first battery that we've just put a nice pink motor in. And but very fitting for the Dogfighter.
Now, if you want one of these, you need to be somewhat quick, because when I came in Wednesday morning, we had 10.
We had 10.
We now have 2.
We only have 2.
Yeah.
There's not many left. We nearly didn't get to show them at all. Yeah. And they're really reasonably priced.
They're like $40.
Yeah. We don't really talk prices much, but yeah, I mean, this is amazing value. Really. Yeah, I would have thought it was 140, to be honest.
Well, if someone wants to pay 140, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement, because we're good like that.
We are. We can accommodate all needs. What else have we got down there?
We can accommodate other needs too. Like, I mean, Pusey said so before, and he's right. Blue is better.
Blue is better.
LRP.
So there's a new brand to us. We did have it on a little bit before. So just to touch base, a lot of our Hearns racing team in the on-road department are in fact running LRP.
Lautenbach Racing Products. Jürgen Lautenbach.
Jürgen. He's an old racer as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's gas as well, right?
Yeah.
He did a lot of gas, nitro. So he does a German fellow with a German company making really good electronics. So this is the X22 series motors. And I'm sure at the New South Wales titles, you will see some of the fastest cars running not only the motors, but probably the batteries. The batteries will be really prevalent. These are probably the best on the market at the moment. And the motors and speedies are up there with it. So if you want to check out the LRP range, do yourself a favor.
We only got those in, a week or so ago, and there's already not a whole
big
lot
hole.
left.
There's a big hole in there. So we'll have to do
They've walked out the door.
They have. Well, because people were begging for it. So that's here. It's now.
Those same people were actually begging to get out of the door. But that's another story.
What else did that?
There's nothing under there. No, now we need to. Weren't we going to the special down there?
Who said that we only talk about RC?
I see. Here's something. I think it's a plane.
Here's a plane.
Now,
I've forgotten the name.
yeah, I was about to say, Dan told you what the nickname for this thing was.
But Dan did, in fact, tell me what the nickname was.
And so,
And there's going to be people yelling at me, and that's okay. The guys on the stream in the comments can probably put it. Thunder Turbine's up to no good there in the chat group. But yeah.
I could look up what its nickname is while you're.
So this plane apparently was epic. Apparently, it's a really big plane for the Americans because they used it against the Japanese aircraft carriers, and they took out like 3 in a day.
Yeah.
And it really put a big hole in the defense. So he was Dan. When I said to Dan, "Give us a model that we can show on the show," and he said, "Oh, you got to show this one."
Okay. Okay.
Can you read that?
No.
We need Google Translate on the overhead camera, don't we? Check with parts list before unsealing. Seals? Have a look at this.
Ooh.
This is beautiful here from Academy.
I like Academy stuff.
Do you?
Academy used to make RC cars as well.
Really?
They did. They did.
This looks to me to be a real painter's kit, given that it's not too fiddly for a 148 bomber.
Yeah. BJ
So-
would go off his nut for this.
There's extreme amount of detail on the wing and the surface areas. If I can get you can just see here. So that when you use a panel wash or panel line on there, that is going to be awesome. It's going to reveal a lot of extra detail. Does it have what I always say to VJ, and I know nothing about it, is the weighted wheels. So do the wheels have a flat spot? Yes.
Oh,
That is a sign of, in my mind, of a really good model kit.
Yep.
When they put flat spots on the bottom of the wheels, so you can, so it actually
it
looks
fits
like
properly.
it's weighted. Because the trick that they used to do, BJ said, was get out the hairdryer or heat gun and actually melt them.
Yeah, look at metal stickers here.
Yeah, metal etched.
Metal edge stickers.
Here you go. Bit of etching in there.
Yep.
Got
Always
some
a nice
masking,
touch.
canopy masking. And you got your American stickers.
And I'm going to say too, before you look at the quality of the artwork.
Why? Is it good?
Yeah, that is magnificent stuff.
Is it good drawing?
That is very, very good stuff.
You rate it.
I rate it Kim Jong-hwan. Sir, I salute you. That's some quality work. Really good.
So dive bomber.
Yeah.
Dive bomber. There you go.
I used to buy model kits just for the pictures on the top.
Really, I'm sure a lot of people do now. A lot of people have stashes into beyond 3 figures.
Is this is different to the stashes that you've got?
Mustache.
The ones I'm not allowed to talk about.
The mustaches.
Yeah. the special ones.
Oh, there we go.
They're like BJ's dolls figurines. Sorry.
The private collection.
The private
that's
collection
locked, that nobody's allowed to buy. That we're allowed to look at.
Yeah. But we found the key. We got.
I'm going to get the Bugatti over. We're going to have a closer look, TFG, before we sign off.
Yes.
Where did I put it?
I think Ninja Will may have taken it. He was a little bit concerned that we were going to damage it.
Has he not taken? Is he taken my?
He may have done so.
Oh.
Oh well. Brett's going to leave me here in charge of that while he goes out and looks for the Bugatti. It's only just out there. There it is.
Sorry.
Was I right?
Did you get scared?
No, I was okay.
You were okay?
We're okay. I'm not keen on you tipping it upside down, even though I know it's safe.
It is definitely safe.
No, I pulled the stickers off, not from here, but from the side of the case.
I don't have nails. I like just to pull it off there. Usually not all the way.
Final look.
Let's have a close look. I'm going to put this case somewhere safe.
Tyres are actually rubber.
Are they?
I'd say to sweep silver.
So do we know what it actually is?
Yeah. We said before, it's a Bugatti Bolide. This is an MR collection model. There's
an MR collection model.
The base of the thing is actually stitched leather. So
well, that's what you get when you pay for this sort of caliber model, isn't it?
Just
and the proper like the car badge.
Yeah.
True polished stainless, and again on the front. But have a look at just I love just the textures and the details, like the carbon fiber finish there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's just a decal or something, but the way it's been cleared over.
Yeah.
To get that like true carbon look. I don't know how they do it.
A lot of stickers that say carbon, and that's all I need really. As long as it says carbon. This is a great model, but it's out of the price range of most of us. So
Isn't it a thing of beauty?
Feel free to come in the shop and you can look at them in
We've
the
got a
case,
matte texture.
but we won't be taking it out of the case for you unless you show us dollars.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
Look at that. It's got a good looking bum. I can say
It's
that.
the best one I've seen today.
It's the best French bum I've seen all day.
Well, is that racist when you do that?
Is it?
Probably.
Well,
Put the lid back
I
on.
don't want that.
No.
The lid will go on. It will be safe.
I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think everyone's lost interest.
I think we can pull the pin on this one.
Yeah.
I think we've done all right.
Yeah,
Episode 208.
we've
We've got
through
it off the
two.
ground.
Yeah, we got through 2 episodes without BJ.
And today we zoomed people in all by ourselves.
Yeah. Our work
Right.
is done.
That's it. Signing off for another week. Thank you for joining us. I look forward to your airbrushing tutorial number 2 next week.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That means I've got no choice. I've got to do something, don't I?
You're going to do something
Oh,
little.
hang on, we've got to cut that out and mount it first.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to do that a tutorial on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you might do more advanced techniques on the illustrate board.
No, because it's a bit hard to do that. But
All right.
we'll see.
We'll touch
I may
base.
well do some filming at home.
We'll touch base on the RS 1.0 Walker's Donut project.
Yep.
And we'll keep up to date on
Indeed.
socials and media. Good luck to the team racing in New South Wales. Good luck to anybody racing wherever you are, having fun with any of our beautiful products. Thank you for watching us. I'm Brett from Hearns.
I'm Tony. I'm also from Hearns.
And thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.